When I was younger, my father had only one rule for me. Just one. He never gave long speeches. He never forced me to sit and listen to hours of advice. But there was one sentence. He repeated my entire childhood. A sentence so simple, I almost ignored it. He used to say, "Whatever you do in life, never run away from responsibility." At the time, I didn't really understand what he meant. Responsibility sounded like a heavy word. And like most kids, I just wanted life to be easy. Easy school. Easy success. Easy happiness. But life doesn't work like that. And my father knew it. I remember one day in particular. I had failed an important exam. Not just a small test. An exam that I was supposed to pass easily. When I saw the result, I felt embarrassed. Ashamed. My first thought wasn't how to improve. My first thought was how to escape. Maybe I could blame the teacher. Maybe the questions were unfair. Maybe the system was wrong. I walked home slowly that day, thinking of excuses. But when my father saw my face, he already knew something was wrong. He didn't shout. He didn't punish me. He simply asked one question. "Did you do everything you could?" I stayed silent. Because deep inside, I knew the answer. No. I had wasted time. I had delayed my work. I had hoped things would somehow work out without effort. My father looked at me calmly. And then he repeated his rule again. Never run away from responsibility. Then he said something I will never forget. Failure is not the problem. Running away from it is. That sentence stayed in my mind for years. Because the truth is, most people don't fail because life is unfair. Most people fail because they avoid responsibility. They avoid discipline. They avoid hard decisions. They avoid the work that must be done. But responsibility has a strange power. The moment you accept it, you start to grow. The moment you stop blaming others, your life begins to change. That day, my father didn't solve my problem. He didn't fix my grades. He didn't make my life easier. But he gave me something far more valuable. A mindset. A rule. A way to face life. From that day forward, whenever something went wrong in my life, I remembered his words. When work became difficult, never run away from responsibility. When things felt unfair, never run away from responsibility. When I wanted to quit, never run away from responsibility. And slowly, something started changing. Not outside. Inside. I stopped looking for excuses. I started looking for solutions. Because responsibility does something powerful to a person. It turns pressure into strength. It turns problems into lessons. And it turns ordinary people into strong ones. Today, when I look back, I realize my father never gave me wealth. He never gave me luxury. But he gave me something better. A principle that shaped my life. One simple rule that guided every important decision I made. And sometimes I wonder how different my life would have been if he had never said those words. So if you are listening to this today, remember this advice. When life becomes difficult, when mistakes happen, when failure appears in front of you, don't run away. Face it. Because responsibility is not a burden. It is the path that builds strong people. And sometimes, one sentence from a father can change a life forever.